biggest field and possibly the most hotly contested race in the opening round of the Shell Oils Australian Road Race Championship will be the 250 class. It's over 10 laps, leg one of that heat. There's a number of new Hondas and Yamahas, brimful of talent, and John Smales, I think you'd agree with me, it's always close racing in the 250 class, as we look there at David Moore and his 250 Yamaha, and 6 beside him, Bruce Woodley from New Zealand has one of the new Yamaha U models.
And they're ready for a start. Watch the Australian flag on the left of screen. There it is, now on the right of screen as well. And they're racing a big start from bike 10. Jeffrey Sale on the inside with the red wheels. He tucks in behind. Bike 34, Hamish McNichol from South Australia. David Kotek on 25, fails to proceed.
And Darren Garrard on one of the new R model Hondas is in third place, bike number 7, Nova Hondo, Alan Osborne's firm, father of Donny.
Donny Osborne, of course, is the defending Australian road racing champion in the 250cc class. But it's Jeffrey Sale now on the new U model Yamaha, who takes the lead as they come up to the back straight for the first of 10 laps of the 3.9 kilometre Sandown circuit.
Have a look at them under brakes. Pick which of the 6 bikes will be first and last out of the corner. To be followed by about 20 others. Jeffrey Sale's first in and out. His wife Zita actually had a child recently too. Last Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget. But on the basis that he was coming down to here on Thursday, she went into hospital earlier and had it by caesarean. Graham Morris is well placed on his old Scholastic Yamaha, number 30. Jeffrey Sale in command at the moment. One of about 5 new U-model Yamahas. They go through the alphabet and they've got to U. They went to water cooling at about a D or an E series, I think, and ever since then, year by year, they've been working their way through the alphabet, so they've sold a lot of Yamaha race bikes. Punching himself up into that bunch is David Horton. He's got another one of them too. Warren Taylor racing the entrant.
Hamish McNichol comes out of the slipstream now as they come down the straight. He's on the inside.
The first 6 bikes are separated by 1.08 seconds.
But it's Jeff Sale who maintains the lead.
And compared with the unlimited class bikes in their 10-lapper, these were 5 seconds slower over the initial standing lap. So not much in it.
When you consider, of course, the amazing grunt of the big bikes off from a standing start as well, that's pretty good going.
So it is Sale from 34, Hamish McNichol, 27, Horton's tucked in with him, going beautifully, steaming up inside him.
Graham Morris comes through as well on the inside on bike 30. Can't hold it and drops back to 4th position. Up into 2nd now is David Horton.
Come out of that corner well, right up onto Jeff Sale. Good stuff through the fastest, if you like, of the cornering sections of the track. It's only a 3rd gear corner, might get into 4th for a 250. 39's in there as well, that's Roy Leslie from Willing Motorcycles up Gosford Way. Number 9, who got away quite well, Darren Milner back there. Now this is the battle for the lead. U-model Yamaha, $23,000 in the hands of Jeffrey Sale, number 10. 27 is the U-model Yamaha, also right on his heels. That's David Horton. And 30, Graham Morris on the old bike is coming up with them as well, so isn't he doing a brilliant job? Now they've done a 152.88. So that's not so very far outside a Group A touring car lap record with a turbo Skyline. About 2 seconds.
The cool-headed Jeffrey Sale now having to hold off immense pressure from behind from David Horton and bike 30 Graham Morris, as Morris comes up and takes over second place from Horton. But will he hold it over the top of the hill? Yes, he will. No. Horton comes down the inside with a desperate manoeuvre, back wheel just padding off the ground, and takes back second position, and now comes off to challenge Jeff Sale. Sale holds the inside line.
And Roy Leslie is back in 4th place, heading the rest of the bunch, but have a look at them when you see them curl around this tight right-hander behind them. Have a look, here they come. How many of them? 6. A bunch of 6 virtually. Roy Leslie heads them. That's him, 4th place. 5th place at 34 is Hamish McNichol from South Australia. He's on one of the Honda R's. Roy Leslie's on a Yamaha U, so it's Yamaha dominating Honda at the moment. Three Yamahas in the first 3 placings. And coming up with them, breaking away from the tagging 5 behind him is Roy Leslie on 39. Look at him cutting free, leaving Hamish McNichol to lead that bunch on the best placed of the Hondas.
Horton now down the inside of Sale. Sale has the corner covered. Maybe. Horton's alongside, and Horton's done it. He's taken over Jeffrey Sale, and Sale went so wide to miss him that Morris came through as well. So from, dare I say the words again, from rooster to feather duster, and Jeff Sale is back to 3rd position.
And that gave Roy Leslie time to make ground on them as well. You can see him there on 39. There he is. So, what a race, what a beauty. 5 laps. Is halfway distance. They're, I think, on their 4th at the moment. Tight right-hander and Jeffrey Sale, the man with international experience, being blitzed at the moment by David Horton. And Graham Morris on Jeffrey Sale's old bike, the young protege, experienced not in Grand Prix bike racing, but in Series 250 production bikes. So it's a big step up to the braking abilities, the cornering, ground clearance, and other attributes of these bikes. The next bunch having a fantastic battle. Headed by Stephen Whitehouse, 250 Yamaha from Albury, Wodonga. Whitehouse Motorcycles.
There we are back at the leaders. David Horton in the lead. Behind him is Graham Morris on bike 30. Behind him comes Jeffrey Sale on bike 10. 1
1/4 seconds separates the first 5. Punching in the bunch is Martin Renfrey from South Australia on the bike that Cork Ballington used to win Daytona, the 250 Honda, entered by GC Transmissions. That's a quick machine, although it tails this bunch of 5. Don't discount him. He's cut and thrust with Jeff Sale last year and come out on top.
Currently they're getting so close to each other that you wouldn't discount any one of them, Will, because a slipstreaming battle on the last lap could well decide the outcome of this round 1, leg 1 of the Shell Oils 250cc.
They've gone a second faster. They've done a 51.8 now. A 250cc, 2-stroke, twin-cylinder machine. So simple, so few parts. And sheer grip, great chassis design, and a tremendous amount of rider skill really gets them around these tracks very fast indeed.
Point is, we haven't seen motorcycles at Sandown since 1982, and we've never seen motorcycles on this new Sandown track. It's a lot slower now, the track, in fact. The old lap record stood at just over 160 kilometres an hour to Stu Avant, 1 minute 9 seconds. But I don't think this track, Will, is by any means less spectacular for being slower.
Opening the taps goes David Horton. Following him is Jeffrey Sale. Sorry, Graham Morris, then Jeffrey Sale, so it's 27:30.10. Horton, Morris, Sale, and the oldest bike in the bunch, and the one in a sense with the least credentials might just hit the front in a moment. That's bike 30, 39 Roy Leslie's 4th, 33 Martin Renfree's 5th, and the only Honda in the bunch, he's hit the front.
You wish, because here comes Horton back again.
0.6 of a second separate the first 5.
Jeffrey Sale took a sneaky look down the inside that time. Wasn't going to do much from there unless the other two brought themselves undone, but at least he was out of the way of them had they brought themselves undone. Coming up to lap slower riders now. This could be interesting. Bike 23, Danny Carter, stays well out of their way.
They did 52.34 seconds that lap.
Sale just loses a little bit of touch as they come up onto the back straight this time. The race is now between Horton and Morris.
Look out, Horton. Down the inside, there's a little guy, light. Really is. Small, has the really perfect figure for racing 250s.
And then from losing touch at the beginning of the straight, Jeffrey Sale is back on them again in the braking area.
Doesn't let Jeffrey Sale love a Grand Prix bike and a 250. Put him on a super bike and he really wouldn't thank you. Put him on one of these and he storms.
Morris down the inside of Horton and he takes over the lead.
How did he get that down there?
It's a small bike.
And Jeffrey Sale follows.
Balked now. Morris badly balked by a slower rider. Horton takes the opportunity. Bike 28 is in everyone's way.
Russell Bull.
You betcha. But it's still Morris in the lead. Behind Horton. And behind him, Jeff Sale.
And I only wanted to say on the tail of that lot was Roy Leslie on 39 and still Martin Renfree in 5th. They're breaking away a touch. Renfree in 5th. A bit keen perhaps to get past 39 Leslie and not let this trio get away. 0.6 of a second between them in the last lap. As they cross the line now,
working. There goes Jeffrey Sale. He was waiting for his opportunity. He came out of the draft and went straight down the bottom of both of them. And Jeff Sale is back in the lead. But only just as he has to slam across the track to get back online for here as Horton gets in behind. As Morris rather gets in behind him. And then Horton in 3rd position.
And still Leslie 4th and Renfree 5th.
Watch out of the draft up the back straight now. Morris is so close to Sale. Can he get out of the slipstream and pass him?
Renfree 4th and 5th goes Roy Leslie back.
There he goes, the two Scholastic Yamahas side by side. Jeffrey Sale, I guess arguably the team leader, and he certainly proves that as he goes into the corner in 1st position.
Martin Renfree's making ground on them on 33. He's breaking away a little bit from Roy Leslie. I wonder if in the remaining 3 laps and a third and a quarter, whether he can get up and start to join this battle, putting Honda in among the major runners. The Honda that won at Daytona in the hands of the 4-times world champion Cork Ballington, the South African.
Sale really slow into those S's that time round, and he balked Graham Morris, and Morris had to back right off. Now Morris comes up alongside him and is looking for a way through Jeffrey. Look at that. Morris could just about ride round him if only there was a little more room on the track.
Great stuff, fantastic stuff.
Morris now down the inside, looks for a way under slipstream, then backs off again.
Only about 1.2 seconds back to Martin Renfree, who is catching them on 33. Look at him, getting up with the bunch. This is the lovely thing about 250 racing. And look at the man who was storming up the back straight a few laps ago, David Horton, and murdering them, and now dropping out of it. Not bad under brakes.
Sale holds the lead.
There's Renfree.
If you didn't know better, Will, you'd say that there were just a little bit of team orders in place here. The way Morris is just tending to defer to Sale just a little bit in the corners. On the other hand, maybe he's setting himself up for a last lap dice into him.
Yeah, the way they've been treating Jeffrey so far, I think that it's on your merits here. If you don't pull out the goods, well then frankly nobody's going to look after you. Glenn's sides in front of them on 18. Look how close those front and rear wheels are. It's perilous. Renfree, look at him drifting in on them on 33. Morris flops his bike into the corner again and does it very aggressively. And Renfree gets close to them. He's within 0.6 of a second.
Goes for the doctor. Horton down the inside of Morris and takes over second position.
The vital thing in this is what lap number are they on for the riders now? They've completed 8, they're on their 9th. Now that's what everybody has to remember among the riders here, because it'll be a slipstreaming run to the finish.
Morris now back into second position. Fantastic motorcycle racing at Sandown.
Come on, Martin Renfree, get in. Make it a 4-way. Gee, that's tantalising, isn't it? 0.6 of a second thereabouts.
Blue flag at the ready on the main straight, so 1.5 laps remaining.
Morris under Horton, but not quite.
Horton under Morris, in fact, that time round.
So Sale from Horton, from Morris, Renfree 4th, Honda. 3 Yamahas in front.
Sale now just a little bit of a buffer. I mean, measure it in tenths of a second, but it is a buffer.
If there's anything in it, I reckon Renfree's picked up a tenth, so it might be half a second behind them as they come round now. Only a couple of corners and then it's the final lap.
Morris worries Horton, worries him a lot, but Horton gets in front of him. Okay, up onto the main straight. The blue flag will come out this time round. This time down the main straight is the last time, as Renfree just flogs the side of his bike like flogging a horse, which is typical here at Sandown, as the dice happens between Morris and Horton for second place down the straight. Horton takes it.
Paul Hosking, 85 from Sandringham Club, dispatched as though he's in another race. Indeed, he's on a different lap.
Morris now up into second slot. So it's Sale, Morris, Horton, Renfree, half a lap remaining, one final main back straight to go. Dicing at the top, they're not close enough to really get into the slipstream.
Watch Horton. Wide entry to the corner. Jeff Sale, I think, looks after him well enough. Or Graham Morris, at least.
Oh, and Horton's down. What bad luck for bike 27. David Horton from New South Wales on the Warren Taylor Racing entry. But with the pace they were setting, it had to happen to someone.
Yeah, that's miserable. You just don't want it to happen. It was one of the nice things about the race, was that everybody was still in it.
Now it's between the two teammates. Jeff Sale on bike 10, Graham Morris on bike 30, both riding for Scholastic Yamaha, the Dick Hunter Racing team.
I reckon they did about a 50.9 that last lap. Boy. Jeffrey Sale's got it well covered. The old master, bespectacled, quiet, and then the little young guy, very small and light and very compact, gets at him, but he's not close enough to slipstream, and the master has done it, and it'll be Jeffrey Sale, surely the Australian who got into the World 250 Championships, but campaigns back here now just as enthusiastically and just as hard, who takes leg 1 of round 1 of the Australian Road Racing 250cc Motorcycle Championships in a thrilling race from his Scholastic teammate Graham Morris. on bike number 30, and third on 33 was Martin Renfrey. And have a look at the incident. In tight, the back's just gone. Tried to save it, then the front went. And he was too tight. Look at Renfrey. Very lucky not to clip a leg or something as he went through.
Renfrey actually cut to the outside of the track to miss him, and that was good thinking on Martin Renfrey's part. We come back to the main straight and the checkered flag, but there he is, the winner of round one, leg one of the Shell Oils Australian Road Racing Championship for 250cc machines, Jeffrey Sale from Graham Morris, with Martin Renfrey in third position.
In a race time of 18 minutes, 53.94 seconds, an average speed of 124 kilometres an hour.